weekend. Ed and I was in Bakersfield, California, and Ed was in the mountains 4 hours away, a mile high in the woods, and we were able to have coverage throughout the entire race. So you just got to be old school, kind of like the Barkley marathons that I did, and just kind of follow along with Twitter. The women's record right now, 50K record, is 3:07:20 by Great Britain's Allie Dixon. That comes out to just under 6:02 a mile, or 2:38 marathon pace, plus another 5 miles. Linden's agent, Josh Cox, says she will start out at 5:47 to 5:50 mile pace tomorrow. And it's interesting that Josh Cox at one time had the 50K American record. I don't think he had the world record. I think a local kid up the street from us in Clovis, California, CJ Albertson, recently broke the American record for the 50K, and he did it on the Buchanan track. So if I keep scrolling up here for a little bit of news on the event, so far they were saying that there was going to be all kinds of coverage, at least on the Twitter machine, but I don't see it as of yet. Let me just pull over here. Gosh, this computer's just going so slow. So we got to go to Desi Linden, and Kara Goucher said, "Let's go, Desi," 21 hours ago, and she's being supportive of her. So as you may know, Desi's been on our Olympic teams, is running for Brooks with part of the Hanson Distance Project. Definitely recommend reading the book by Sage Kennedy. Really good book on the whole distance project thing. And then, of course, in the crazy 2018 raining day at Boston Marathon, she pulled off a win. In fact, I'm looking at the picture of her in that jacket, two-time USA Olympian. She came in 4th last year in the Olympic trials, leap day, and really would be nice if she could be on our Olympic team. Says here on her Twitter that she's a coffee aficionado, whiskey connoisseur, music junkie, book nerd, and travel enthusiast. Definitely like to talk to her about music. I wonder what she's really into and stuff. So if we go scrolling down, and her Twitter feed obviously been kind of busy, and the way I first heard about it, and yay, we can hear the gardeners coming up. And I retweeted this the other day, April 6th, she says, "Are we hyping a 50K attempt? F yes. The point is to bring you along to help you feel invested in the results. Does it guarantee success? Of course not. I hope we get to celebrate a new record, but if I fall short, I hope we can experience a touch of heartbreak together." And we'd like to play, but I so far haven't seen anything about it. They also don't have a hashtag. So, she runs with Brooks and Josh Cox. It's very, very odd. I don't really understand. So it says here, C. Tolan. In case you didn't hear, C. Tolan episode this week with Des Linden. Check it out. World record attempt happening soon. Go Des. And so I guess she was on talk. And she says, "Why the blank did I sign up for this?" And then you move up. She retweeted something from Brooks Running. Says, "Some brands just get it. Run happy." Brooks Running says, "Thanks for making this a we thing. Let's do this too, Des." Then here it is, just April 7th, 50K, let's go. Next week, our own Des Linden takes on the ultramarathon world record time. Yes, you read that. Good luck, Des. Now, of course, anything over a marathon is considered a world record, but I really never think of it as a world record per se, because, an ultra, and then definitely Giannis Kouros, he doesn't think anything is an ultra until you go beyond 24 hours. But I always tell people, if you've run a major city marathon, well, maybe not Des, but, she probably warms up a couple miles before the race, a mile after it, so she gets a 50K. But if you run a marathon and you're like me in the back, you're going an extra half a mile going around people. And then, of course, you walked a mile or two to the start, mile or two back to your car, you get a 50K. So for me, I think literally 50 miles is kind of the standard for an ultra. And I would love to see some of these former Olympic marathoners do ultras and do a 50 milers. And then she switching over here. It says, Des said, she tweeted 21 hours ago, she says, "Follow Brooks Running, Josh Cox, Boston Marathon Pro for as many updates as possible. Des Linden will attempt the 50K world record at 8:15 at Brooks Running 50K and Marathon here in Oregon. Live coverage is impossible." I don't think it's impossible. Come on. But it says it's impossible. But short film will be produced and updates will be provided. I just kind of think that's kind of crazy saying it's impossible. They did show a picture here, almost time. Des and her sponsor sitting there waiting to head off, and So it looks like not much else has really been happening. Let's see if Josh has posted anything. No, he hasn't done a tweets 21 hours. Man, I wish I could be an agent and not tweet for 21 hours about my athlete going for a world record, but it's just strange. I'm not really sure what's going on here. And then we check on hers. Of course, her Twitter feed, unless she's letting someone handle it, is definitely not pumping out anything. Let's go to Brooks Running. What did Brooks Running say? No, they got a picture of you can be a different pandemic or something. I don't know what the heck they're talking about there. Got a picture of Forrest Gump for some reason. Very strange. Let's click back. Brooks Running is not talking about the race. Let's go to Boston Marathon Pro, an inside look at professional athletes champions in the history of the Boston Marathon. Let's see, what do they say? Oh, I guess that's the place to be. And in 7 minutes ago, they said, and they're off, 50K and marathon in Oregon. So looks like at least the race has gotten started. I will kind of do updates as I see them. So I'm going to log off right now. And because I guess the people to follow right now is Boston Marathon Pro. Let me see if I can put it in here in the comments. I am new to the StreamYard. I just found out about it yesterday. And whoa, there you go. So you can follow along at home. It seems like they're the only ones that are really doing any of the coverage and just showing people. Looks like they are just kind of running on that same bike path that Galen Rupp and Jordan Hussey did their races in. So I guess that's what we get, and it's impossible, they say. It's not completely impossible. So that is it for right now, and I will be coming back. You know, her goal is to do the race and break the record, which is, 3 hours or something is what we said. So, we won't be finishing up here till, so probably come back around 11 o'clock and see how things are going.